Hello everyone, and welcome to the first Friday hack of this semester. Today we have invited interesting projects that we found during Hack and Roll to come and present what they have made. For our first team, we have Wobbly Waddlers from team 45 inches. Can we have a huge round of applause for them?
Test, 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 test. Okay. Hi guys, we're team 45 inches, and during the hackathon, we made a game called Wobbly Waddlers. So we're gonna go through four things. First, the introduction, and then after that, shortly after, we're gonna have a small demonstration. After the demonstration, we're gonna talk about how we designed the game, and then after that, we'll talk about how we actually implemented and made the game. So first, a small introduction. Yeah, this is our team. Unfortunately, we're all CS students, unsurprisingly. And this is our game. It's just a short introduction. So the goal of this game is to first collect the eggs and just don't tip over. So we're going to start the demo over here. Okay. So this is our game. So we introduced this game as a mixture of Snake, Sokoban, and just Tipley Towers, or Tricky Towers. Okay. So like Snake, the inspiration we had is that in Snake you eat pellets, but in the case of our game, we'll have eggs instead. And instead of the snake, we'll be using Quacker as our snake. So as you can see over here, instead of like the snake getting longer with its tail, we will just have little ducklings following behind Quacker over here. And in Sokoban is a puzzle. Sokoban is basically a puzzle game that involves pushing boxes around. So in our game, we'll be using this as a main puzzle mechanic where we push boxes around. And as you can see, the arena will tilt according to how the weight on the arena is being distributed. So let's say Quacker's on the left side, right now is balanced. So if I move towards the right over here, the arena will tilt towards the right. A more obvious example of this happening is level 5. So you can see it's very left side heavy in this case. So if I move Quacker and stay on this side, the arena will slowly tilt towards the left, and eventually, if it gets too extreme, it will fall over. Give it a second. Yeah, over here. So that is the main mechanic of the game. So we basically have 5 different levels. If you guys want, you guys can play it. It's actually on itch.io. So 5 different puzzle levels, which is to introduce the mechanics of the game and slowly solve these puzzles. And also, we also have an infinite level over here. So you can push the boxes, you can push the boxes off to clear them, and we can just keep trying to balance your weight on the arena while also collecting as many eggs as you can. So yeah, that's basically the game. If you guys want, you can actually just start playing it right now. I'm gonna hand over my time to Bolin, who will talk about the design.
Hi, gonna be anxious, but yeah. So yeah, I'll be talking about the design, how we came up with this, the game idea, and how we went about actually implementing our idea into how we narrow the scope of our design to the scope of a 24-hour hackathon. Right, so the brainstorming starts before the actual hackathon because well, we wanted to think of something we're really passionate and we can just sat down at Burger King at 10 a.m. and just started chatting. You know how brainstorming normally goes? It starts with random keywords, like we thought of like zombies, doom scrolling, then it got nowhere. So I thought, hey, let's start with something simple. Let's start with the classic games. What can you think of? Stuff like Snake, stuff like Tetris, right? So then we started with this. But when you look at Tetris, we see, oh, so many weird shapes, so many rotation, that's so hard. Let's just reduce the size of a Tetris block to 1 by 1. Then that's what reminded us of, hey, this game Sokoban existed. So quickly, we all quite like this idea. We said, hey, what if we just have snakes? We play Snake with Sokoban. But even though that game idea is, I would say, relatively new to us, we don't see other games like this. It lacked punch. It didn't feel like this game was something they go, wow, I really want to play this game. So this is where when you look at Tetris, and we think of a really cool game called Tricky Towers. We thought of it, and then everything clicked. Tricky Towers, if you don't know, is a game where you play Tetris, but the actual Tetris blocks like have physics, and then the blocks can fall off. So that really clicked, and the snowball started rolling. So with all these put together, that's our game. You realize when you look at Tricky Towers and you look at Snake, you consider them, especially Tetris and Tricky Tower, as relatively sideways. But our game at the end was from a top view, and this was due to multiple concerns. Firstly, we actually wanted to think, what if the arena could tilt on more than one axis? What if the arena could even, let's say, tilt 360, or even, let's say, get rid of the grid? So that is still interesting and still intrigues us to right now. But then due to the 24-hour limit, we decided, hey, nah. The other reason would be, let's look at Snake. This, imagine playing this on a sideways. You would be confused as to, hey, why is there no gravity? Why is it that even though my arena is tilting left and right, my crates are, my Snake and my crates are not falling? So then if we wanted to do side view, we have to implement gravity for the game to be cohesive and make sense. But then that's not, it will make it harder for us to do puzzle design. Why is that? If we were to do top down, like if we were to not include gravity, we have a lot of classics to look at and to get inspiration from for puzzles, from classics like Sokoban to like more recent games like if you guys know about Baba Is You, right? That's where we can all try to get inspired and to take puzzles from. So that actually brings us to the level design. There's not too much methodology to say. It's either the very academic way where you say, oh, okay, I'm gonna write down this idea and then try to extend from this idea, or it's the other way of just slapping random tiles, random elements on the board and saying, hey, let's see where this gets to. There's this video on YouTube called Label Design Over Time about the design of puzzles in Snakebird, if you know the puzzle game. And it actually breaks it down really well, how you don't have to have a lot of puzzle elements, just through combination and how game mechanics can evolve and can come out from where you least expect them. We can create a lot of interesting levels. So one thing that we learned from this hackathon is that it's important for you to really shock the judges, to really impress them. So initially, we started presenting with the tutorial and then moving on, right? The judges see this and they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Very respectfully, like say, hey, it's a nice project. But after a while, we realized, hey, this is not the reaction that we want. So we decided, remember level 5 in the demo? We decided to just show level 5, just show the island tilting. Right, it was really impactful. The judges started, some judges really say, hey, I actually want to play this. Some were asking, hey, do you want to bring this to mobile? Do you want to bring this anywhere? So we were like, yeah, that's the right strategy of presentation, and that's where we want to go. So with that, Jiehui will be talking about the actual technical implementation of how we made the game.
Okay, so now onto the implementation. We decided way before that we were gonna run with Godot. Both Pauline and I have about 4 years of experience with Godot. It's really easy to use, and there's a lot of quality of life features for time restricted event like Hack&Roll. So if you haven't tried it before, we encourage you to give it a try. So another constraint that we had was whether we wanted the game to be in 2D or 3D. And we decided mainly because our main artist, Ethan, only does 2D art, and none of us can produce 3D art in such a short period of time. So that was the main limitation that we had, and decided on going with a 2D game. You might notice that our game is actually in 3 dimensions, and we'll explain why later. So another problem with such a time constraint event like Hack&Roll is how do we split the workload? We decided before, because the past few hackathons, we kind of relegated Ethan to just doing the art, that we wanted him to do some programming. So the challenge, some challenge in a way, is how to split the workload without having people working on components that rely on other components, especially for a game, which is very tightly coupled because of the genre itself. So we ended up splitting the workload like this, where Ethan would first do the art, and Pauline, who has experience with certain Sokoban games in the past, would do the groundwork, and Ethan would carry on from there. And I would work on the tipping mechanic, which was completely separate from everything else. So the underlying game looks like this. It's just a 2D game. We use Godot's tile map feature so that we can just paint the tiles on and load which specific tile it was to create a specific object within our data, our 2D array in the game, so we can perform game logic on it. There was also a small trick that Poland did, which was to just query the position and convert it to which tile in the array, so we didn't have to track all of the objects in the array. Using Godot's 2D tile map feature really allowed us to prototype a lot of different levels really quickly, because we do not need to handcraft each specific object's position. We can just paint it on. So you might back onto the topic of our game being 2D or 3D. So our initial idea was to have the game completely in 2D, and we just it just stretch the image on one side and then shrink it on the other. But turns out that requires quite a bit of math that I do not have experience in, and am not confident in learning within 24 hours. So there is kind of a thing to just suck it up after trying to decipher what this guy was doing with his shader, which didn't exactly work, and to just discuss with the team, all right, we can't do this. So we just use Godot's 3D features, built-in 3D features. So this is our 2D game. It's still there. We just projected it onto a sprite in 3D and have a camera on top, which is what the player sees, and a camera on the side to see the actual tilt. And our game itself just does a calculation for how much torque is being applied on the system within, and sends how much torque should be applied to the board in the 3D space. And that's how we get the tilting effect based on the position of the objects in the scene. So that's it for the implementation. If you'd like to, please give the game a try. It's on itch and there's a link. So thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. So next up, we have Toaster Chan from Team Poland Trip. Can we give them a round of applause? Testing.
Woo. Okay, hello everyone. So, can I start? Cool. Okay. Sorry. Hide the Zoom stuff. Oh,
Take the
yes.
first two
I
slides.
don't know how to make it go away.
I think this slide.
No, it,
Just make it
wait.
I just leave it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Hi everyone. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but yes, we are in. So I'm Matthew, and together with
Dylan.
we will be sharing about our hack and roll idea that was it was actually Rome wasn't built in a day, but ours was somehow. Funny story to share. So the night before we did not know what to build, so we asked each other at about 1 a.m. Actually, it was the day itself. So hey, what should we build? And then my good friend here, Dylan, was like, let's build an AI toaster for the lols.
Yeah, so I can just share the story. Why did we think of even building a damn toaster? So actually, I was just getting milk from my fridge in like midnight because I was so excited about Hack and Roll. Didn't know what to build, and I see my charred up toaster over here. It was looking very sad. It actually almost burned down the house once. But that's a story for another day. But we were thinking, why not we just pimp the toaster? You know how everything is getting more and more chat GPT nowadays.
Yeah.
Every startup needs AI, otherwise you'll never get funding. So what if we put AI LLM into a toaster? What if we made it into a waifu toaster that spoke in Singlish to you? So our team presents Toaster Chan. So yeah. So the reason we went for anime team is because we are in engineering and we are a bunch of weeps, I think. So what are our motivations? So toaster boring. Everyone agrees that a toaster is boring. Not very exciting, right? And the second part is AI cool. AI get funding. It's great. Third part is collab. Yeah, collab. Yes, we will build different elements. So not only do we have like a back end, we have like a front end, but we also have the hardware. And also we did a bit of firmware as well. I can talk about it later. And we thought this was a good opportunity to have fun, to build something cool. Hack and Roll is the only competition that you can really throw and still get away with something. Thanks, Hack and Roll team. And also to push tech boundaries.
Yeah.
So Matthew will talk about the tech.
Yes, so quick story time. Yeah. So yes, as I was saying, so we met at I think 11 just before the opening ceremony. And then I saw the entire toaster here, then I was like, okay, we're on to something. Yeah, so how it looks like eventually. So the idea we envisage eventually is that the toaster with enough time should be a self-contained unit. So the AI, the backend, the front end should run in one machine. But unfortunately, we didn't have an infinite time, so we had to bootstrap a bit using a laptop as the UI front end, as you probably can see over there. I don't have a laser pointer, sorry. But yeah, it comes with a waifu image. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to talk to the toaster and say, please turn on my toaster, and then it will process some stuff in the backend. So we weren't like story time again. We weren't actually going for most over engineered, but we over engineered until we had nothing left to do. So might as well. Yeah. So for the front end, we threw in React.js. I mean, what else can you really at this point? For the back end, we threw in everything except the kitchen sink. Fast API was there. OpenAI was there. Whisper API was there. Text to speech generation was there with 11 labs, HeyGen as well. And we actually managed to get an anime voice and train it in Singlish. So yeah, it sounded pretty interesting. I think we have a clip we can play later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you want to share more about the like Sonoff?
Okay, so we had to figure out to turn on and off the toaster, right? And I didn't feel like breaking open a toaster because it could burn down. So I got one of these switches from a few years ago. But the firmware wasn't exactly compatible with calling the API. So hacked together a firmware, uploaded it, Arduino, and then it has a interface where you can turn on and off the toaster using API calls. So if you want to ask us more about our AI tech stack later, I'll just give a brief rundown later if you want, but I'll just give a brief rundown. Basically, to process speech, it uses OpenAI Whisper to take in the speech, gets a text, sends it to the AI model at OpenAI again, uses 4.0. Now both of these are fine-tuned to make sure that it can catch Singlish phrases and also reply in Singlish. And 11 labs, we had to play around with the pitch of the voice and also to give it like Singlish voice samples. For HeyGen, it was for avatar generation to create the waifu. Yeah. So you can connect with us on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so for context, there's a reason why we're called Poland trip. Because me, Dylan here, and Guhan in the picture were in NOC Munich together, and we went to Poland. So we just repurposed our chat to become Hackathon, and then we added one more member to the who is my friend. So yeah, hence we didn't have a better name, so we just stuck with what we had. Yeah. So why we have this slide? Well, NOC taught us that you should be engaging with your audience. You should let them know how to find you, so you can find me there, I guess. You can scan the QR code for my LinkedIn, or you cannot. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Connect with us cultured engineers for extra culture.
Yeah, yeah, we didn't introduce our majors, but I'm from mechanical engineering, second major CS. Dylan over here is from
Computer engineering.
Guhan is from data science, but basically CS, and Cecilia is actually from CS. So yeah, pretty much yeah, CS. Yeah, then I think that's our last slide, right? Do you have thank you slide? Do we want to show the clip? You have the clip.
It's
Oh,
on
it was
the
Guhan's laptop.
yeah, it's Gohan's laptop. I guess we can play the Google Telegram and file. You can hide the screen first.
No, I'm not. I'm only sharing window. So if I go to Telegram, right, it doesn't show. Eh? No, it doesn't show on It doesn't show on the Zoom, but it shows on the screen. Oh, okay. Can I plug out first? But yeah, so in the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Like, we're very friendly people, don't worry. Where is the link? What is this? Is it this one?
I don't think so. Voice. I think that's issue. Voice is like recording.
No way. Oh, false. No way.
Oh, okay. I think I'm sure.
This one. Is it this one?
Hello, your toaster has been turned on.
Yeah, I think you've already heard that, but I'll make it louder.
Hello, your toaster has been turned on.
Yeah, so that was our work in progress, but basically we made some more Singlish after that. But you get the idea. So I mean, it was not hard coded as we like to say. It was responsive generation. You speak to it and it thinks what to tell you. Yeah. So yeah, do I want to share my screen? I will once I find what I'm trying to find.
You finally know how to use Mia. Don't worry, I'll on it now. Toasting's so easy. Even my Ahma can do it. I know. You finally know how to use Mia.
Yeah, I think we're looping. Wait, don't plug in first.
Oh, don't plug in.
Wait, it's looping forever, but yeah, so eventually you would wait, is my screen up there? No, it's not.
Oh,
Shh. Okay, yeah, so you would get the front end, which I cannot find. I don't know why. Where is my front end? Yeah, so the web page looks something like this. On the judging day, we just yeeted it on top of our toaster. And the idea is that you're supposed to speak to it like turn on my toaster. And then it's supposed to send it to the backend, but the backend is obviously not running, so yeah. And then this will come on, and then your toaster will also come on together. Yeah.
This will happen.
I muted my laptop.
Oh, you took your laptop.
You finally know how to use Mia. Don't worry, I'll on it now. Toasting's so easy.
Yeah, I think we had enough. So yeah, so that was our half for the very engineered hack with a bit of humor thrown in there, just a bit. But yeah, really, I mean, we are happy to answer questions if anyone has any, or if you're just happy to laugh along, we are cool. Yeah. No? Okay, I think we can wrap up. Thank you.
Okay, very cool. Thanks, guys. Okay, next up we have LinkedIn hater. Yeah, can we give them a round of applause? Okay, hi everybody. So we are LinkedIn hater, as you already know. So the NUS team contacted us and they're like, oh, we want to invite you down to Friday Hacks, and we're like, okay, what's that? And they're like, oh, we talk technical things, and we're like, yeah, okay, let's just get right into it. So how did we get here? So we didn't actually start as LinkedIn hater. So we have no photos on day one, but here's the original idea. We wanted to create a PR system for Google Docs. So every time you write a change, you're like, okay, you need to send a PR through GitHub, approve the PR, and then merge it in. So we were trying and testing it out. There were a lot of issues with Google Canvas, and then I think about like 4 hours in, we were like, wait a minute. Yeah, so we scrapped the idea at about 5-6 p.m. And then, so as you know, at about 4 p.m., there's this cool game that comes out, and I'm really good at, by the way, on LinkedIn, the LinkedIn games. And so while I was on LinkedIn, crushing the competition as usual, I saw this certain person called Wei Xin, who's next to me. He says, "Oh, I've started a new position as software developer." I was like, this guy sucks, man. And I was like, you know what? I need to spread some hate on this platform. By the way, I'm looking for internship. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, moving on to LinkedIn Hater. So this is where the idea starts to come into fruition. So this is about like 8 p.m. So we spend like 1 hour walking around and just griefing the other teams. Then now we start coding. And so we found this online inspiration where he renames Tom Brady to 6-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady. And so we're like, okay, we went to look into the sample code, and so this was the whole thing. So it's like, oh, if Tom Brady replaced, we were like, okay, surely that's not that hard, right? And so the issue is that we wanted to replace only the comments not from the author. So the post itself should stay the same, and the author's comments should stay the same, but the commenter's comments should be different. So we went to look into the HTML. Thought, oh, it could be quite simple. So as you can see from the class names, yeah, they're not named how they should be. And so being able to tell where the post ends and the comment starts and like whether it's a comment by the author or not, that turned out to be a lot harder than we expected. And so what was supposed to be like 10 to 15 lines of code turned into a 100-line monstrosity. Yeah, and our friend had a very strong comments on our code. But yeah, basically it just became like an endless loop of if statements. And I think there's one like somewhere in the middle where it looks for 6 levels of recursion before returning, but it's okay. And so it all worked kind of, and then at about 3 a.m. we enter debugging hell on day 2. And so yeah, there are a lot of issues. Yeah, you can just read it for yourself. But basically, we had to continuously change the code, and I think it's because the class names aren't set and they're like different for every post. So the author comments will be replaced. Some of the author's comments weren't replaced, but some were. And basically, we spent like 3 hours at around midnight just debugging until like 3, 4 a.m. And then now it somehow works. Don't ask me why. I don't know why either. And so moving on to the fun part, since we have no more technical content, and that's all, literally all of our code that you just saw, here's Wei Xian with his hackathon hot takes for 2025.
Okay, so yeah, Zane write this, so I'm just interpreting what he's right. Huh? Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, so I think what should be out is LinkedIn Blazing, and that's why we created the extension in the first place. Yeah, I think there's too much.
You know that was your post, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just very superficial, I think. Yeah, so we fixed that issue. Yeah, and I think we should be building for fun and more so or hate, depending on what you want, like in projects. I mean, yeah, like the toaster project, there's like a lot of soul in it. Like we love that project. Yeah. So yeah, and I think Telegram bots are too widely done, so it should be out. And building on the fact that a lot of people use React, and the introduction of V0, yeah, the front end are like better than Python Telegram bots, I guess. Yeah, and random technologies are like it doesn't matter, like as long as the project is cool, we can build it whatever. Yeah. And yeah, AI chatbots, we should sort that. Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Yes, so thank you for Nathan for the grab here, and Vince who's recording this and the first person to hate. And please do not find us on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. That's a very insightful project. Amazing insights. Okay, next up we have the Bad Apple, but it's NUSMods by Team Kami. Let's give them a round of applause.
Right, so hi everyone. I'm here to present my project for Hack and Roll. It's called Bad Apple, but it's NUSMods. So a little bit about me, right? My name is Hua. You'll find me online as Sanguine Chameleon. I'm in year 1 CS. I enjoy competitive programming as well in my free time. I'm kind of okay at it. Anyway, so who in this room knows what Bad Apple is? Just raise your hand. Okay, that's a bit less than I expected, but that's okay. Let me give you a brief explanation on what Bad Apple is, right? So in 2007, there is this Japanese song called Bad Apple, and it's released. In 2009, some fans make a music video and post it online, and it gets pretty popular, right? There's 100 million views on it on YouTube. And so naturally, people want to make memes of this. Now, the music video itself is a black and white animation. And as programmers, we like things that are black and white, right? Like zeros and ones, like binary, right? So here's a question. What is the weirdest way we can display Bad Apple, right? So this is Bad Apple, but it's played on a TI-84 calculator. Okay. This is Bad Apple, but it's played in Visual Studio Code. This is Bad Apple, but it's played on Minecraft Sheep. Right, so let's talk about NUSMods, right? So for those who don't know what NUSMods is, it's NUS's official course planner. So I was looking at my timetable, right? And I thought to myself, hey, it kind of looks like that one character from Bad Apple, right? So, well, though that's my project, Bad Apple, but it's NUSMods. You can see here in the bottom right corner, we have the original video, and I've split it into 4 timetables. Each timetable represents a section of the video, and you can see the URLs of each of the timetables. And so just to be clear, right, there's no editing magic here. These are real timetable URLs. You can check for yourself. Each timetable is for this semester. There are no timing clashes. There are also no final exam clashes. So these are all technically valid study plans. I don't recommend it, but it's technically possible. So let's quickly go over how I made it. Let's high-level view. So first, I download the Bad Apple video and I track the frames. Next, for each frame, I rescale it into a 16:10 binary image. And then I magically select the right combination of courses. And then I render the timetables and I put it all together. Now you might be thinking, okay, but like how do you actually select the combination of courses, right? So let's go back to this and let's focus on the top right corner. So we can number each of the cells in the timetable starting from 0 to 39. And here there are 4 courses. So GES 1025 corresponds to the set 0 and 1. MLE 5225 represents the set 5, 6, 7, 39, and so on. And so we can now put these together, and we get 0, 1, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So the problem here is that there are a lot of mods. First, I used the NUSMods API to get all the modules. So for this semester, there are 4,416 total mods. And each mod represents one or more set of cells. And there can be multiple sets because of tutorial slots. So let's take a look back at GES S1025. There's actually a lot more possibilities. Like it can be 0, 1, it can be 2, 3, it can be 4, 5, or it can be 6, 7, and so on. So, okay, here's the boring CS lecture part. Let's formalize the problem. Let C be the collection of sets. So C is the collection of all the mods. Now let T be the target set of cells. So in this case, T would be a Bad Apple frame. So we want to select some sets or mods from C so that each element in T is inside exactly one set. In other words, each cell is covered by exactly one mod. So in computer science, this is known as the exact cover problem. The problem is that it's NP complete. So there's not actually an intelligent solution we can do. So we'll just have to brute force it. So how do we brute force it, right? So this is, for those who don't want to know, this is called backtracking. I've provided the quick pseudocode here. So the function find solution CT, if T is currently empty, then that means we don't have to cover anything. It means we're done. And now for each set S and C, if all the elements of S are in T, then we try removing it from T, and then we recursively call find solution again. And if that doesn't work, then we put all the elements back in T. Now, if I do this on its own, right, it's too slow. So I need some more optimizations. First, we can remove sets that can't cover T, right? So if there's a set that contains an element that is not in T, then obviously it won't work. So we can just directly remove it. And we can also stop immediately if there's an element in T that is missing from all the sets. And also, we can prioritize sets that cover rare elements. What do I mean by that? I mean just elements that appear in a few sets, right? So we'll try to prioritize those first. All right, let's talk about rendering the video. I think this is a lot more boring than you might think. First, I use NUSMods API to generate the short URLs. Okay, but now how do we generate an image of a timetable, right? Okay, NUSMods offers a screenshot API. Okay, that's pretty good. The problem is it takes 5 seconds per request. So let's do the math here. Bad Apple has 6,572 frames, right? So if I multiply that by 4, I get 26,288 timetables. And multiply that by 5, it takes 36 hours to render everything. That is way too long. The hackathon is only 24 hours, and by this point, I only have like 12 hours left. So, okay, and also when I was doing this, I may or may not have crashed the server. So, yeah, we'll have to come up with something else. The solution, just screenshot it yourself. Just don't use any API. So first, I use Selenium to open the timetable in Google Chrome. Then I take the screenshot and save it. And to speed things up, right? Every time you load a timetable, there's like a loading animation and a flash animation. So just block those before they load. But still, this can only do like 1 to 2 timetables per second, right? So the total screenshot time, it took about 5 to 6 hours. So during those 5 to 6 hours, I just went and like I ate dinner and like I just stared at my screen and just looked at it like screenshot like for 5 to 6 hours, like perfectly normal. And so here are some final statistics. A total of 407 lines of Python code, nothing else. But also, I generated 156,263 files, totaling 7 gigabytes. It took 20 hours of nonstop hacking and 1 very tired person. So without further ado, I would like to show this video for all of you. Here we go. 1 second. Thank you.
Can we get one more round of applause? Okay, that was very impressive. Okay, next up, we have Team Art-ificial Failure. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Yes. Okay, so we have nothing prepared actually. You see, the past four groups all had nice PowerPoint slides, right? Though I just came in for the bubble tea. I just came out from camp, so yep, you have no time. So this is our yes, this is our slides. Okay, we'll need like one. Okay, our lovely volunteer is sitting in the front row, Julia. Come here, thank you. Okay, in the meantime, can you help us? We have actually we have not tested our servers yet. So if too many of you join, we hope we hope it won't crash because we're actually using free tiers for our super base. So don't crash it. Yes, we actually only maximum had 4 players running this at one point. So we don't know whether you can run more than 4, but we shall see today. Wait, don't join. There's no room code yet. And look, the reason why I didn't put a QR code there and make your type the entire URL out is a reason, because it doesn't work on mobile. It's not mobile responsive. Don't try on your phone. Please use a laptop. I see a lot of laptops out here. Yeah, it was a 21-hour hackathon. So don't come on. We didn't account for it. Friday. We post Friday. It's not crashing. Oh shit! Wait, why is there so many? Wait, guys, stop! Wait, wait. It might crash. Wait. Too many people. Wait. Hey, don't show my chats later. Okay, so basically, the reason why I'm going Google Meet is because I left my mouse in my office. So, and then drawing on the touchpad is not it. So she's using her iPad. Okay, so yeah, I should actually run through the project first. Basically, all of you have played Scribble.io before, right? Oh wow, video. Hi. Okay. Yeah, so all of you played Scribble.io before, right? I'm assuming. So this is basically, instead of you just guessing what the drawer is drawing, the drawer itself has to draw something that us humans can understand, but your AI cannot. Basically, outsmart OpenAI 1001, sorry. Yeah. So the drawer, our lovely drawer here has to. I don't know how she's gonna do it, but we shall see. So her goal is to draw something that we understand, but not my OpenAI call, basically. Yeah. That's the whole gist. That's why it's called artificial failure. Yeah. Cannot.
Wait, open. Okay, you try. Sunny. You leave and join.
Typical technical difficulties with Google Meets.
Join now. Join now. I join it. Mute. Cannot. Discord lah. not have Discord.
Just draw.
You want just draw on touchpad then?
Okay, I draw a touchpad. No, need to use
Need-
laptop. I use this one.
But our screenshot is here.
Okay. So,
I'll just use here.
Yeah.
Let's just-
so then we need to change the code.
Oh yeah, guys. We need to change the code. I'm sorry. We are switching from the laptop to the iPad. Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me.
Julia, what's her name? Okay, never mind.
Friday hacks.
Okay, yes, add the hacks down there and rejoin again. It's okay if not all of you join. We need less people anyways. Oh yeah, you see this very cute avatar down there? Yes, it's a Google asset, so it will. Its mood will change depending on how well it thinks its answer is.
Okay. Shall we start?
Okay, shall we start? Wait. We'll wait for a few more. Wait, actually, let's not wait for a few more. Okay, wait. YOLO. Hey, shit, like the answer can be. Wait, we don't think this through. Hey, close your eyes. You don't see the answer. No need. Okay, never mind. All close your eyes. Close your eyes. Hey, those playing, close your eyes. Okay, we have chosen. But it doesn't matter though. Hackathon project. This. Okay, pretend you don't see the giant money on the top. Okay. Now. So basically, Julia, draw something that people will understand. It's something. There's 5 characters long, but an AI won't. This is a bit too. Oh, it's sad though. Look at the cute. Wow. I wonder what the hot pot. Yes, it's hot pot. Mala. Yes. Guys, it's 5 characters. I wonder the 5 characters is. Hey. Server crash. Hey, server crash.
Stop pushing our server.
Hey. Samula. But it doesn't matter. You need to see. Oh, actually, yeah, that's true.
Draw something. I don't know. Draw something. Hey.
Crash again. Hackathon project. We have not touched the code since the last 2 weekends ago. We just fucked off from the project after the 24 hours.
Okay.
A lot of my private information is getting exposed.
Why the Wi-Fi so slow?
Sorry, it's my hotspot. My hotspot might be dead lah.
Okay, go.
What? Huh? Okay, yeah. So basically, after the game is done, right? Pretend you guys are playing again. Yeah. So yes, you guys are guessing the words. The guy is drawing. Yes, humans win. So this is basically the what we have here is supposed to draw a dog. So in this case, our very creative drawer drew, the idiom "raining cats and dogs" and drew that looks like a dog though. Drew a cat and drew a question mark at the side. So yeah, the AI thought it was a cloud, but a lot of humans can actually guess because we know the idiom. This kind of thing. Yeah. So this is how it's supposed to work. I think I didn't pay my Vercel fees. It's free tier. Yeah. Or is it my bank? I also don't know. Actually, all free tier. So.
Shall we try one more time? Okay, you all go. The room code is hacks. Okay, all caps.
Wait, can you have like 3 people join only?
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2.
How many people? Just when there's 4 people, then you just cut it. Then just start. Just start. Okay, start. Okay, now you guys actually don't know what's drawing. So who's the one playing? Who are the like 4 lucky people? Yeah, they are drawing. They're currently playing the game that you guys don't have access to. It's the limited edition game.
They are playing. Can you see?
Okay, yes. Good. Okay, for the rest of.
Everything is fine.
The web socket is working out. You can see stuff coming out, right?
I hope so.
So as you can see, right, as I'm drawing, and I'm gonna draw it very simply on purpose here, right? So as long as you're above the age of 5, I'm sure you can tell that this is a car.
Hey, the AI
I think.
already.
Yeah.
Too obvious, bro.
So if you can see, right, in the top right corner, once our avatar will share, if you draw it too obviously, it goes, I know it. And then the AI can see, oh, it's like, alamak. Never mind.
Yeah.
This one is supposed to say AI wins. No, this one is. Bitch. Yeah, bunk in my code. It's supposed to be AI wins. So yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's the game. So let's move on to technical stuff. So I was drinking my bubble. Wait, what? Chotomate. So when I was enjoying my bubble tea, I just screenshotted some. Let's move over here. Boom, tech stack. Okay, yes. Supabase for the Postgres and WebSockets. Vite and Tailwind for our front end. I hosted the backend on fly.io using our very nice OpenAI and Gemini. So actually there used to be 2 modes. Like the easier one's supposed to be Gemini and then but we didn't get to implement that. But I just put it there because it looked nice. The website is hosted on Vercel, so no deployment issues, except just now, server crash. Then the backend is also fast API hosted on fly.io. Yeah, that's it. Yay, thank you. And also, a background about ourselves is I'm Potang now, so you guys probably know where I came from. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, done. Okay, thank you. Don't need to. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. Let's give them one more round of applause. Okay, so now it's the time for pizza. Okay, so if you are hungry, okay, so pizza will be at the back of the room. There's still some more bubble teas. Feel free to take a second serving. And we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, because I think one of the teammates are still coming back. We'll have the next team to present first. So can we have Love Bets from Team Kenrich Regression to present now? Okay, so hi guys. I'm sure everyone here has thought about dating or is dating someone at the current moment. So our team is called Kenrich Regression, and we came up with Love Bets because we want to bet on who our friends go with. So we know all these age-old arguments about dating, like do opposites attract, or like do birds of a feather flock together? Is love at first sight real? Like, how can I convince my friends they're clearly with the wrong person? I don't know. Bro, I bet they last 3 months max, right? Best questions in the world. So what is the main problem that we see in dating apps nowadays? Dating apps really suck. So we go on many dates, but we still don't find the one. And what do we know? We really like to give external judgment rather than our own internal judgment. We are so much better at doing that. We are so much better at giving advice to other people. So we don't actually know what we want or what is a good match for us. And so I'll pass on my time to Jun Wei to talk about how we want to solve this.
Right, so actually we tried a few dating apps, and then we realized that actually the matching problem is the algorithm that they use can be fairly complex. Like they put in a lot of parameters and whatnot, and then sometimes it's just a black box. You don't know what's going on, and you question whether like is the app even working for you. And let's take a look at some of the popular apps we have used. So like we went to dig into the algorithms, and like Hinge and Aphrodite, they use the Geo Shapely, which is a stable matching algorithm, sorry. And apparently Tinder uses an ELO system, so it's like chess. If you're more attractive, you have higher ELO. I don't know. And then So Bumble and OKC are like some machine learning algorithm where you try and get like the nearest match based on a bunch of questions. And when you use the app, you realize there's a lot of paid features, such as like you can boost yourself. What does it mean? Like I just show more people, is it? And do super sweats even do anything? So this is actually quite a frustrating thing for us, and that's why we wanted to change it. And how can we capture relationship matching without using some complex algorithm? I'm sure most of us know like a friend or two who die want to go into quant, want to go into trading, so might as well bet on it, right? And that's why we wanted to integrate matching apps with point markets. And yes, it's all meme and stuff, but a certain someone who I know shared with us that actually betting on events might make sense because let's say you are betting on climate change, whether you will increase by 1.5 degrees, 2.5 degrees. If I'm an oil company, I bet 2.5 degrees, obviously I'll make it happen, right? Because I'll earn money. So in the same vein, if I bet that two people get together, okay lah, then they will get together lah, right? So this is our app feature. So it has a traditional features of a normal dating app like Tinder. You can just swipe, boring, whatever. And then you can also make friends. So add your friends, see who they go out with, capo a bit. And that's what's missing from a lot of apps. Then if you want to matchmake with someone, yeah, you can play Cupid and matchmake with them. Just use this function and matchmake. And the most juicy part of our app is that you can move the markets with it. So you just bet on people, whether they get together, whether they break up, whether they will have a baby in like 2 weeks or so, I don't know. And all this is actually founded on like a proper proverb. Wait, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, it takes a village to find the right person for you. And when we presented this to the judges, they all gave us a lot of questionable response. Like, are you sure this like actually works? Do you think this is like actually ethical? So in an attempt to defend ourselves, this is our argument on why it might work. So number one is the apparent efficient market hypothesis. So it assumes like stock market, like the price should reflect all available information. So if someone and someone are compatible, so the price will like influence like whether they go or not lah. And the second one is that coaches in fact do play. So our app allows people who are attached as well to bet on other people. So you can give expert advice like, oh, I think that guy quite good, look together. Okay, I bet. And yeah, in thing now big data, so we just throw in wisdom of the crowd. And last but not least, the love delusion market, where if you see someone who is in a toxic relationship, you tell them to go out, they don't want to believe you, just bet on them lah. Earn some free money. And yeah, so this is like the boring stuff. This is our tech stack. And future, just like AI, and try to bypass illegal gambling loopholes. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the end of our presentation. Caveat, Valentine's Day is next week, so if you guys want to help us make people get together or help them break up, can try to sponsor us. And who knows, by betting on them, you can like have immediate ROI. So thank you.
Okay, are you all ready? Okay, now we have Team Qracked to present their project. Let's give them a round of applause.
Okay, hi guys. We are Qracked, and even though the group name is Qracked, we are not actually cracked in CS. So my primary school teacher always told me to begin your presentations with a hook. So let me tell you guys a story. When I was 3, I received a book from my parents. This was no ordinary book. It was a book for babies. So when I opened the book, it was full of pictures, and ever since then, I've been trying to find that feeling of opening that book full of pictures once again. However, why was this so? Let me draw a parallel to today's attention economy, where we are just faced with so many attractive videos, graphics, everything online. And so we decided, in order to find that spark once again, to make things less convenient. So we're going to make things annoying. And what's the best way to access the web? Through QR codes, of course. And so that's where our ideas first came. We wanted to make it harder for people to scan QR codes. So our idea was an extension because, well, everyone uses Chrome, so everyone can use this extension to automatically shuffle your QR codes and make it into a puzzle, one that you have to solve before you're able to scan the code. However, while we were trying to create the app, disaster struck. Someone forgot to make the code that will find out if an image was a QR code or not. And so we ended up with this. So I guess that leads us to our biggest life lesson. Sometimes you make mistakes in life, and those mistakes are good. All right? So let's go on to the demo.
Help me to see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sorry. So here is a demo. So currently the extension is available on the Chrome web store. So if you're curious about how it works and you want to try out, you can just go to the Chrome web store and search Qracked, and you can add it to your Chrome and give it a try. Yeah. So let me just give a demo of how it works. So currently I already have this extension running on my Chrome. So when you have this installed, you can just go to any websites with images. So let's just use a few common websites like LinkedIn. So if I refresh, you can see that all the images will get shuffled. Yeah. So including my own web profile picture. So basically every images will get will get divided into pieces and sorry. Okay, so let me just go to the next one. Yeah, same thing for the Google search also. Yeah, everything will get shuffled. So maybe let's try to solve one of the puzzles. Before that, let me just reduce the difficulty because my brain power is not strong enough to solve such a difficult puzzle. So let me just reduce to 1. Yeah. Oh, then other thing is that since it's a puzzle, right? So it should have some sound effects. So let me just turn on the music. Let me see. This one is still a bit tough. No, it should work. Let me see. Okay. This one is easier. So when you start solving the puzzle, then the music will start playing. So for example, now, see. So you have the background music playing. Then every time when you drag and drop a piece, you will have a crack sound. Right. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, oh yeah, I saw the puzzle. Yeah. Yep. So there's a quick demo. Let me know the noise sound. Okay.
Alright, so the tech stack for our project is just Plasmo. Plasmo is a JavaScript framework for making Chrome extensions. We have no backend because privacy is very important and not because we didn't have time to make a backend. So going through some of our fun moments from the hackathon. So this was when we tried to copy and paste node modules because for some reason MPI just does not work. And we also have our daily good morning text at 8:30 a.m. from an unknown member. Alright, so this is our group during the day of the presentations. And this is our GitHub project and the Chrome web store. So we didn't include a QR code because if you all were to key in the entire URL, you all would better appreciate the extension. Alright, thanks guys.
Okay, thanks guys. This concludes today's Friday Hack session. Big shout out to Jane Street. They're the reason why y'all have the pizza and the bubble tea today. And if y'all are not yet in the Telegram chats and channels for some reason, you're really missing out. So you should scan this right now. We have amazing events. Y'all should go and join the group, get updated. And coming up, we actually have a very special edition of Friday Hacks, which is happening on a Thursday. because we don't want to conflict with Valentine's Day. Y'all can go out and have fun. So next week, we have a talk by Jane Street. So they're actually going to be bringing down 2 Jane Street employees, and we're going to be talking about how their roles as CS graduates work in Jane Street. Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting talk. We hope y'all are interested. We'll be sending out the pubs shortly on the Telegram channel and the chat for you to sign up. So do keep a lookout for that. Lastly, we also have a feedback form. Please do give us your event feedback here. Was this session too long? Was the food okay? Is this venue alright? Do you think the speakers could be clearer? Please do let us know. Scan this QR code. We do appreciate all feedback, be it good or bad. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us today.